We live, y'all. We did it. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good
Morning.
morning. Good morning. I am super excited to be here this morning to be a host on the morning show. I'm normally on the After Dark show. That's why my background looks like this. But I am co-host. I am hosting this morning for the BYOB morning show because this week is quit week. This week is quit week. I am super excited. And in light of what's going on, guys, people are either losing their jobs, working from home, and or working from home, and when all of this is over, they may not want to go back to work. For those of you that don't know me, you may not watch the After Dark show. My name is Jennifer King. I am not Danielle Winningham. I was intending to change that name. I wish I was Danielle Winningham, but my clients hire me to help them build a business and shift their mindset to becoming a full-time entrepreneur so that they can quit their job. The job that they go to every day, that they get paid low wages, overworked, underpaid, and undervalued, right? But you got to work to live. So this week during Quit Week, I'm super excited for this opportunity to be here with some in the morning, that they allowed me to come in here in the morning and chat with you guys. And we have an amazing speaker this morning, but let me get my co-host to go ahead and introduce herself, and then we're going to jump in. Be sure you get a pen and paper, because you know what, guys? You have the right to resign. Go ahead, Berlin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Verlin Smith Randolph, the Rose of Audacity. And women hire me to help them to get through the thorny parts of life, fighting their fears, regaining their confidence, and emerge into full bloom. Welcome to the BYOB Morning Show.
Thank you so much, Verlin. You ladies have a beautiful smile this morning. Y'all are always up early, early, early. You're used to the morning show. I started off on the morning show, and we used to come on at 5 a.m. But
What?
yes, the first several months, we were
Wow.
on at 5 a.m. and we would be on for a couple of hours. We would be on for a couple of hours because the conversation would be so rich. We want you guys to share out the broadcast. Share out the broadcast, because I tell this story all the time. It was one share of the broadcast that changed my life. A friend of mine shared Coach Danielle Winningham's broadcast with me, and from that point forward, I was mesmerized. I jumped in a program that allowed me to build a business so that I could get free from my job. And I am so grateful and so honored to be on this show and have the opportunity to talk with people about quitting their job. Because you know what, guys, I was talking with someone last night. I was like, when all of this is under control, because it's not going to go away, we're just working to get it under control. When all of this is under control, life as we knew it before is going to be very different. It's going to be very different. If you're working from home, now is the time to find out what it is that you love to do and take that and build it into a business so that you can leave your job. So I'm going to greet a couple of people this morning, and then we're going to have our speaker of the day introduce herself. Good morning, Cecilia. Please share out the broadcast. Who else we have? Dee Morris, Visionary LC Logan. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Carol, please share out the broadcast, because this is going to be some amazing information. Because who doesn't want to write a book? And so our next speaker, she will introduce her topic, but I have to tell you, she is my publisher, and I love this woman. She raised my level of who I am, because she made me an Amazon best-selling author. Right? She has published all of my books. This woman has a publishing house. So she got me in Barnes and Noble, on Amazon. I can't even remember. She sent me a whole list
Yeah. You
of
all
where my
over.
book is, a whole list. So guys, if you have a book, if you want to write a book, she's going to talk about how you can write to resign. You can write a book and use that book to resign your job. So go ahead, Jamie, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, what you got for us this morning. I'm super excited. Guys, be sure you share out the broadcast. I've shared multiple times into multiple groups, because it's going to be one share of the broadcast that could change someone's life. And this presentation will change your life. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey guys, hey guys. So let me share my screen really quickly with you guys. there you have it. I want to make sure it's up on the screen and you guys can see it. All right. So, hey guys. So, listen, my name is Jamie Hopkins. I'm the CEO of J Publishing House. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to share with you a little bit about the business. But I'm super excited to be here this morning. Like, the topic today, guys, is you have the right to resign. Okay. And so it's probably not what you think, because I am a publisher, I am a writer, and you probably think this whole presentation is going to be about you resigning your job from writing a book. But I want you to stick around to the end, because I got some goodies for y'all. It really ain't what you think. Okay. So let's get started here. I already introduced myself. I'm Jamie Hopkins. Now, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and share the broadcast. I love when Jennifer tells her story about how she was able to quit her job, because it all started with someone in her friend list on Facebook that shared the broadcast, and she was able to be connected with Coach into this community. So that sharing and caring thing, that is a real thing. You never know. How many of y'all got like thousands of people on your friend list and you don't know half of them, or even more than half of them? You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's on your friends list. That's the beautiful thing about algorithm, right? So if you share it, you never know whose life you're going to bless. And besides, who don't want to be on the BYOB morning show, guys? We be cracking up over here, okay? And so start your morning off on a high note, to be empowered, to be inspired, to say, girl, you can do this, bruh, you got it, all right? That's what we do here on this community. We want to empower you to think beyond your norm, to think beyond your comfort zone. None of that got anything to do with my presentation this morning. That was just a little tat. See, I gave y'all a nugget before I even got started. Let's get started. So listen, guys, last week I talked to you guys about how you can make money as a writer. And I gave you one of my very favorite quotes by Maya Angelou, who's one of my favorite writers. But this week, I'm going to give you my own quote, right? Be the faith that the world needs to see today. You are the one who can make a difference. You was like, well, it's a lot of people in the world. Yes, one person can change the entire world. And that can be you if you make a decision. So if someone is having a problem with faith, be the faith that somebody needs to see, especially right now with COVID-19 going on. You shouldn't be walking around talking about fear if you have faith in the Most High.
That's good.
You shouldn't be walking around being panicky if you have faith in the Most High, because you understand that regardless, what the word says has to be true, has to reign true. So one of my statements that I live with is be the faith that the world needs to see. And if I can't be the faith that day, I'm gonna shut the hell up. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's one of my quotes that I live by. Be what the world needs to see. So let me tell you a little bit about J Publishing House. We have, first of all, I gotta move my move my button so I can see everything correctly. So I have a team of with over 50 years of experience, of cumulative writing experience. That means expert writers. Together, we mark over 50 years of writing experience, over 20 years of publishing experience. We have a team of seasoned writers and editors to bring your words to life. And we also have helped over hundreds of authors from different various economic backgrounds, race, gender, ages, you name it, become best-selling authors, become published authors into this world and get their voice written on paper, which then becomes history or herstory. And that is one of the founding principles that we work by and we live by here at J Publishing House is keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. That comes from Proverbs 4:23. I'm a big advocate of taking care of your heart. And I'm not talking about just the organ heart, but I'm talking about the spirit heart, where everything that in you resides and lives and breathes and governs how you operate. governs how you make decisions, governs how you move around in this life. It comes from your heart. So if you keep it well, then it's more likely that you're going to have to make well decisions. Sorry about that. My phone never rings early in this morning. Okay. And then something personal about me that I shared with you guys last week is I love writing and I love dogs. I'm very plain and I'm very simple. I love to write and I love dogs. That's me as a person. So guys, let me tell you my quit story, because y'all didn't know that I quit my 9-to-5 job. So I'm going to, for the first time in public, share with y'all, you get to hear it first here on the BYOB Morning Show, my quit story. But look, let me warn you before I tell y'all my story. This story ain't for everybody. Kids, please don't try this at home, okay? Do not take what I say and go run off and say, I'm gonna be just like Jamie. Don't do that. Why? Because let me tell you my quit story. Oh, about 5 or so years ago, I decided that I was going to quit my 9-to-5 job. At this job that I was working with at this time, I had moved from an administrative assistant to manager of an entire department. And in that department, I was responsible for scheduling evaluations all over the world, like thousands of evaluations of Head Start centers, preschool centers, all of those. I was the one that sent the teams in to evaluate those centers to make sure that they lived up to the government standards and regulations. I was the one. So if you own a daycare, you own a preschool, I was the one that sent the team to you. I was the one that scheduled all those. One person. That was me. I worked my way up to that point. And so it took me years. I mean, this was the second company that I moved to, and it took me years to get to the point where I was making managerial money. I was doing managerial work way before I started making the managerial money. So I was making good, nice money. I was making enough to make a living for me and my daughter at that time. But I decided that I was ready to quit because I didn't love what I was doing. I didn't like the long nights. I didn't like the weekends when I was the only one going into the office and working overtime. And the bonus that they gave me, they took most of the taxes out of it. I didn't get raises from that overtime. I didn't get paid for that overtime. So I was overworked and underpaid. You heard Jennifer say that earlier, but that was me. And I was stressed the hell out. But that was a lifestyle that I became accustomed to until a major life change happened and I was no longer able to live up to that facade. So what happened was my daughter went through a disastrous, like a very traumatic experience. Details of that I won't share because it's too private and it's too painful. But I'm going somewhere with this story. So at that time, I'm living, I have my own house, my own car, I'm paying all of my bills. I am financially set. And I decided I don't like what I'm doing. This is not making me happy. I'm not being fulfilled. What brought me to that place of being unhappy was this life trauma that just happened between myself and my daughter. So I had to make a decision. Am I going to put up with the buffoonery of this 9-to-5 job? Or am I going to do something that actually makes me happy? If I'm going to go through something traumatic, I need to readjust my life. I need to readjust my thinking. I need to readjust my decisions. So I decided to do something that would actually make a difference in this world. I saw a need, that there was a lot of hurting people out here. Let me help them. I did this. I went and I hired a business coach. This was before Coach Danielle Winningham. I went and I hired a business coach. 2 months later, I told my coach I'm quitting my job in 4 months. I didn't give my business coach no time. They was like, wait, brand new business. I went to one business event. It was a 3-day weekend business event teaching you how to be an entrepreneur. It was free. I went to that. And I was determined. I'm done. I got all the information I need. I'm ready to quit. So I turned in my resignation. I got one client before I resigned from my job. One client. And she hadn't even signed the contract yet. But I put in my resignation. I knew, y'all, I'm about to say something that y'all say all the time. I knew this is what God wanted me to do. I knew the Lord was leading me this way. In hindsight, that was all my emotion because I was having panic attacks. I was depressed. I was on antidepressants. I was on all kinds of pills you can name because I was going through a very traumatic experience at that time. And all I knew is I couldn't keep going to this 9-to-5 job that I didn't give a flat foot dang on. See how I clean that up? I didn't care what happened at that job because what was going on in my personal life was way more important. So I put in my resignation and I said, God told me to do it. I feel that the Lord is leading me to quit this job. But in hindsight, boo, those were my emotions. I was depressed. I was sad. I was sick. And all I was doing was trying to find a way to not feel what I was feeling anymore. So the easiest thing for me to do was to quit the thing that gave me more stress. I already had enough stress in my personal life. What I didn't need was the stress from that 9-to-5 job because they were just making decisions to create chaos. I was trying to run from chaos. So I resigned. After I resigned, I also quit my business coach. I also quit doing everything outside of, all I could do was focus on me and this trauma and this pain that I was in. That's all I could do, right? So when I quit that 9-to-5 job, because in my head, oh, I got a client. Oh, if I got one client, I can get more clients. Well, as soon as I resigned, that client never signed a contract. And the contract was only $3,000. So I quit close to $100,000 job for a $3,000 contract that was not signed. And as soon as I resigned, she did not sign the contract. I didn't have no money, and I'm sitting there butt out. No job, no money, still had rent to pay, still had a car note. I was single at the time. And guess what was still with me too? All of that pain that I was going through. What did I do wrong? Man, there's so many things wrong with that situation. It's so many things wrong with quitting a job out of emotion. Yes, we get frustrated. Yes, life happens. Yes, things happen in our lives that could, that's unexpected and that can put us in a very sometimes dark place and in a very uncomfortable place. But what I did wrong was I made a decision. I did two things wrong. One, I made a decision strictly out of my emotion, out of my pain. And number two, I blamed it on God. So I could have switched that around. The first thing I did was blamed it on God. But it was really my emotion. And so if anything I can say today that's going to help you, for those of you who are on your 9-to-5 job, I'm not talking to you if you've already quit your job. I'm specifically talking to those who are on a job that they don't like, that they hate going into every single day, that they're overworked and underpaid. I'm talking to you today. Do not quit until you hear everything I have to say. Because up until this point, I was moving out of emotion. Up until this point, my trauma was making all of my decisions. But I didn't have a strategy, boo. I had a raggedy little contract that wasn't even signed yet. It was emotional. And so how do you stop yourself from making emotional decisions? Because sometimes emotionals can be overwhelming and it can feel like God. It can feel like God is speaking to you. that anger, that frustration, that disappointment, it could really feel like this is where God is leading me to. That is the moment when you, before trauma happens, before unexpected stuff happens, you're planning to prepare. You're being proactive versus reactive. You get yourself around people, around wise counsel. I didn't have that in that moment, but I also wasn't listening to the people that God did send to me because I was so emotional. It was too late. I was already in the crunch. I was already in the trenches. I didn't prepare when it was peacetime. So here's what I want to say to you. Don't make the mistake that I made. There are lots of lessons that could be learned from the story that I just told you about, my quit story. I tell people this all the time now. Don't do what I did. Even if you feel like it was God, God moves out of wisdom. And so not out of emotion, not out of feelings. One of the best things my therapist ever told me is, Jamie, your feelings are unreliable. So I don't depend on my feelings. I depend on the facts. Fact is, I have a strong support system now that I lean on in the moments that I feel like I'm weak. I have wise counsel now that I search and I go to and I seek counsel. I run my ideas through. Now I still go by the Holy Spirit, but I make sure that thing ain't covered in my feelings. I make sure that I'm not frustrated. I'm not tired. I'm not at my last wit's end. I need to be able to hear. I sought clarity. So I prepare now. I'm prepared now more than I was before I quit that job. So here's some of the lessons. Research the kind of coach you need. And some of you may need more than one coach. At that time, I needed a life coach. That would be my therapist. I needed a business coach, someone who knows how to run a successful business and bringing in receipts and knows how to take my dream into reality. I needed to search for the kind of coach that I needed. I needed a physical health coach because I was doing everything wrong with my physical body. I wasn't taking care of my mind, body, and soul. So the coaches that I needed more than one, and now I have them all. I have a pastor now that knows to say, okay, Jamie, that's your emotion. Let's stick to the facts. What does the word say? I have people that are strong enough for me in the moments when I'm weak. But I had to look and I had to be intentional about finding that team. Research the kind of coach that you need. Learn how to pivot. Sometimes you make a decision and things happen unexpectedly, just like we're in now. So all of your beautiful plans may not go as you planned them. Learn how to pivot. Learn how to shift. Learn how to move. Learn how to be flexible. Learn not to be married to whatever you want on that paper, because sometimes you may need to change your plans. Research what others are doing in your industry. Never stop learning. The worst thing you can do is think that you're the expert and never pick up a book after that. Never go to another conference. Never go and retreat and get your head together. Never write a book. Always learn. Stay ahead of the game and don't ever quit. One of the things I know God told me for sure after all of this, so he just told me this a couple of weeks ago. He's like, you never quit, Jamie. That's why I chose you. I don't quit. I don't hear no as that's it, door closed. When someone says no to me, I say, okay, not you or not now. I'll be back. I'll find another way. I'll create a door. I won't ever quit. That's how I got where I am today. So even though that one contract didn't come through, look where I am now. I'm a full service publishing company because I didn't quit. I lived in my car with my baby because I didn't quit. But I'm not telling you to go quit your job without a strategy. I did it the stupid way. I did it the emotional way. I'm trying to save you from all of the heartache and challenges and trouble that I went through as a result of making the wrong decision to quit without a strategy, to quit without a coach, to quit without a plan. So I'm here. Yes, I'm successful. I am a success story. That's that thing called grace and mercy. That's that thing called favor that ain't fair. I don't have an answer other than the Lord never left me. He kept me all this time. But I'm not telling you, honey, to go out here and make decisions without using wisdom. That's my story. But I learned all of the heartache and the heartbreak I went through to get to where I am today. You don't have to make those decisions. You don't have to go through that. So, what do you need to do? How to properly write to resign, y'all. Y'all probably think I'm talking about writing a book. I'm not. You need to write a strategy. Allow up to 12 months to implement your strategy to quit your 9-to-5 job. Your 9-to-5 job should finance you before you exit that job. What else you need to write? You need to write a profit plan. Boom. How you gonna make money? I didn't have a profit plan to my name. All I had was that $3,000 unsigned contract. Don't do what I did. Have a profit plan. These are all the lessons I learned, y'all, after the fact. How are you going to replace and even multiply your current salary to sustain you? Don't leave that 9-to-5 unless you have a surefire way that's bringing in income right now. That's going to replace what you're bringing in from that 9-to-5 job. Make sure you write a profit plan. What else you need to write? You need to write a marketing plan. You're going to have to market to make that money, right? That profit plan. Marketing plan and profit plan goes hand in hand. Coach Winningham tells us that all the time. You need a marketing plan. So what do you write to resign? You write a marketing plan that goes with that profit plan that you just wrote. And then what else do you write to resign? A SWOT analysis. What is a SWOT analysis? Basically, you're taking a good, long, regular look at your business system. What worked? What didn't work? What do we need to trash? What do we need to tweak a little bit? What do we need to forget about altogether? What adjustments we need to make? But do this regularly in your business. I would say quarterly. Look at what worked, look at what doesn't work. So what do you need to write to resign? All of these things are going to help you prepare and sustain yourself before you leave that job. Then rinse and repeat, boo. Whatever worked, keep that sucker. Shine it up, make it pretty, kiss it. Take care of it. I'm about to say something else, but we're on the morning show. Take care of it, comfort it, love on it, rinse and repeat it. It works. What doesn't work, maybe shelve it for another time. Maybe it's just not now. Maybe now it's not the right time to launch that thing. Put it to the side. I had programs that I wrote years ago when I first started this business with no profit plan, but I had a coaching program all written out. I couldn't even use it then. Nobody was buying it. Nobody knew me. I pulled that bad boy out and I use it today. It wasn't ready for then, but it's ready now. So rinse and repeat. And then I'm gonna say this again, y'all, learn how to pivot. We are in a pivotal moment right now. COVID-19, when some things you have to adjust to what's going on in this world and in this universe, especially with the virus. You're not able to go outside. Some of you have brick and mortars. You're not. So what are you going to do then? This goes back to that SWOT analysis. How can you be creative and still do what you love every single day? So learn how to pivot. These are things that I believe are going to help you before you leave that 9-to-5. These are lessons that I learned after the fact. I want you to learn before the fact, before you put in that resignation letter. I know you're pissed off right now. I know you already wrote up and dated the resignation letter. But if you don't have a year worth of savings in your account, boo, put that resignation letter in your dress and put that resignation letter in your dresser. You know, I'm from the country, we have dressers. Y'all may have desk drawers. Y'all fancy folks got desk drawers. Back in the country, put it in your dresser, okay? Put it under your bed, put it in your shoebox, put it on top of it, and let it sit for a minute until you build these key pivotal points in your business before you resign. When do you start? Now. It's never too late. It's never too late to get started. And then how do you start? You go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. Get certified, boo. Certified meaning you learning all of those systems I just told you, all those writing systems I just shared with you. That's where you go to get certified. That's where they teach you how to write a profit plan, how to do a marketing plan, how to look into your business and do a SWOT analysis. All of those things you will learn right now while you're on your 9-to-5 job and saving up to the moment when you can actually submit that resignation letter. Get certified. Go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. There are several different certifications you can get. We have life coaching, business coaching, we have health coaching, relationship coaching, fight your fear coaching, retiring with real estate, quit your job. Quit your job. There's a certification where we will teach you how to teach others how to quit their job. There's just so many certifications on that website. My encouragement, my one takeaway that I want you to take away from this whole morning is this: don't quit without a strategy. And if you need a strategy, if you need a for sure system that's going to work, sign up today, bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. And that's all I have for y'all guys.
Oh my God, Jamie, that was so amazing. Everything you do is super amazing. I was over here in the background looking at the comments and commenting back. We have one lady, author visionary Elsie Logan, who said during this layoff period, she wants to write her book. So I definitely had her reach out to you. This is such a close-knit community. And I'm gonna jump in coach's seat here for a second. I want you guys, for those of you that are watching, and if you haven't shared out the broadcast, please share out the broadcast. And if you haven't gotten registered to stay connected with us so that you get reminders about the telesummit, so that you can see about the certification Jamie talked about, go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. But I want to address, I'm not going to call any names, but I'm just going to say this for business owners.
Mm-hmm.
When you are watching someone else's broadcast, the etiquette for social media is not okay for you to advertise your business or send a comment to somebody saying, reach out to me if you need this.
No.
How would you feel if I came in your broadcast and started saying, go in my coaching program, I can teach you how to build a profitable business so that you can leave your job? I'm putting this out there because I've done stuff like that in the past, and I had to learn. I say this from a point of not being ugly, but giving you some constructive feedback. I hope you're able to receive it, because I just want you to put you in the place of how would you feel if you were talking about something. She has a publishing house where she publishes books. She has a strategy to publicize, teach you how to publicize. That's why I'm Amazon best-selling author. It is not okay for someone to come in somebody else's broadcast and respond to somebody who says, I want this service you have, and then tell them about yours. That is going to put you out. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
That's nasty, y'all.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And I say that with love, because we're a sisterhood here. And when I do something wrong, one of these ladies will correct me. And I'm not trying to put anybody on blast publicly. This is going to help other people that are hearing this. Because a lot of times, and right now, because of the coronavirus, everybody is scrambling to market and get their information out there. I get it, but you've got to do it in the right way. You've got to do it in the right way, because if you don't, it's going to hurt you more than anything. And I say that with love, because I did it myself, because I didn't know what to do, because I didn't have a strategy. Because all the times I was trying to build a business, the reason I wasn't successful and I was on my job for 33 years is because I didn't know what to do. And it was one share of the broadcast that changed my life. And that's why I'm the Amazon best-selling author of the book that Jamie published, 33 Years a Slave, Removing Chains from Life, Love, and Business. It's a book and a journal, right?
Yeah, but Jennifer, before you became a bestseller, you hired a business coach.
That's right.
And that business coach taught you pure etiquette on how to even go live, how to build your own marketing. Therefore, I'm not eating off of everybody else's marketing, and I'm not eating off of everybody else's plate. So when you come into someone else's broadcast and you, without being invited, now unless you were invited to do so, which we do invite you to share your business. But if we don't invite you, then you're eating off someone else's plate. And how would you like for someone, you sitting down with your nice juicy steak or whatever your favorite thing is, and somebody come and take a fork and just eat out of your plate? Would you like that? Especially now in the day of COVID, when it's just nasty and you can catch a whole bunch of stuff. Don't be disrespectful, guys. And that comes from lack of discipline, lack of training. But if you don't have a marketing plan, that's what you do. You go and you eat off other people's plate without being invited. So learn how, even in this certification, we teach you how to have a marketing plan. Not just how to have it, but how to write your own marketing plan, how to market your stuff, how to use Facebook ads. You learn. So invest in knowledge so you won't get blasted when you do stuff like this. So you won't get embarrassed. So you won't get your feelings hurt. If you just invest in what I said in the presentation, wise counsel, boo, wise counsel.
One of the things, Jamie, if this is offensive to anybody who's done it before, it's not meant to be offensive. We are not meaning to put you on blast. If you are offended, then you're not coachable. Point blank. If you're offended, you're not coachable, and you're going to struggle. How do I know? Because I was there. I was eating off of other people's plate because I looked and saw what other people were doing. And I was like, oh, let me do that. If I can jump in this group and say, oh, do this, that, and the other, I do this, that's not the way you do it. This is Danielle Winningham's platform with 22,000 followers. This isn't even my follower. This isn't even my platform. Have you heard me? I work for her. Have you heard me promote my stuff here? So you guys, I don't know. Let's hear from Berlin and Chiquita. Guys, weigh in on this, because I just felt compelled to say something. I hope it wasn't offensive, because I'm a coach. I'm a business coach too. That's some free coaching for you. That's going to help you.
Right. Well, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Is one thing. And just like Jamie said, you have to seek wise counsel. And picking a little bit here and picking a little bit there is not going to get it. It'll get you a big mess. And there's a right and a wrong way to do anything. Yeah. And no matter what we do, no matter what it is, it should be done in decency and in order.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
And if you have any questions, we're all open for questions. We're here to help. If you don't know, feel free to inbox either one of us and ask a question. If I don't know, I most certainly will know how to refer you to someone else who just may have your answer.
And Verlin, you are exactly right. Everything we say here on the BYOB Morning Show is to help you, not hurt you. And the reason why we recognize when things are not right is because we've been there. Mm-hmm. And so we're not messy over here. We're out to help every woman trying to build a business with everything going on in the world. You want to build a business, but you got to build it the right way. Because Carmen, you could have a non-profitable business. We're building profitable business over here. We won't have time to do things wrong. So we're here to educate and empower you and make sure that whatever you're doing to support your family, that you do it right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you fall and do something wrong, we let you know it's a lesson. It's all a lesson.
Yeah. Learn from our mistakes, because you're wasting time chasing the small fish,
Right.
and eating off other people's plate. That's small fish.
Right.
I don't want I need my own. It's not gonna, eating off your plate won't feed my family.
It
Hey,
could-
my
it could
life
very-
coach is here.
It could very well give you food poisoning.
Right, you get food poisoning. You don't
Because
know.
you don't know what you're getting. That sounds good. That looks good. Let me use that.
Right,
But
right.
that may not be what's best for you.
That's good. That's good. And one of the things I'm going to say when I talk about how people receive that, because when I saw the comment, I'm like, I'm not going to interrupt Jamie, but I'm definitely going to address this. And if that was me, if I jumped in somebody's broadcast and did that, and then I had them correct me, I would be on here right now saying, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
You gotta be accountable. That person may or may not be on here, but for those that are still here and for those that are just joining us, welcome to the BYOB Morning Show. We're talking about strategy. We're talking about marketing strategy. Jamie did an amazing presentation, and we had a comment. I'm just gonna put the story out there, transparency. We had a comment from a lady, and Jamie, I tagged you in her comment, or after her comment, so you can reach out to her. She said that she wanted to, or during this layoff, she wants to publish her book. So she was hearing Jamie talk about how to have a plan, because you can write to resign, right? And then we had a comment. That where someone said, I don't remember the details, but basically, I'm a publicist, reach out to me so I can help you, and gave their link, gave their website. You can't do that on somebody else's platform. How would you feel if I came onto your platform and said, reach out to me, I can help you write a book so you can quit your job? Jamie, the way you referred to it was eating off of somebody's plate. You can't do that. And I was compelled as a business coach to correct that, because if I wouldn't have corrected that, my coach would have been like, y'all know better. It's all about helping. It's all about helping. You can't do that. You can't do that. And once you're corrected, you have to be able to receive it, and you have to acknowledge what you did and apologize. And if you can't do that, you're not coachable. Don't go to the link. Don't go to the link and sign up to work with us. And I know it sounds like I'm fussing, because I am fussing, because it's all about your success, and you will not be successful that way. You will not.
You know, the other thing too, Jennifer, and I'm glad you brought that up, it's not just addressing that one person. It's to teach those who watched it, those who else are reading the comments. We also want you to understand, this is not just a moment for singling out one person. This is a teachable moment for business owners. If you want to dominate this online presence, online space, we're showing you and sharing with, just like in my presentation, lessons of what not to do and how to get really certified to make the kind of money that's going to support your family. Not these little bitty $20 here, $15 there, $300 there. We're talking $25,000 packages. This is business owners that we're talking about, not just your typical, people say entrepreneur and they have this really negative connotation about entrepreneurs, but that is not what we're talking about. And that's not what we represent here on this show. We represent integrity. We represent women empowerment. We want to help you. And so we're not fussing, we're sharing information that's really going to free you in your life and in your business. So we hope that we said something that helped you along the way. Maybe it didn't hurt, but everything my mama told me didn't feel good, but it was good for my good. It was good for my good. I just made it up.
And one of the things as a business owner, to get to your next level, you got to be uncomfortable, and being corrected is nobody wants to be corrected. It doesn't feel good, but it's going to be much better now. Like you said, teaching those that are here listening now. It's better for us to let you know how to move forward, because you can build a huge community, but you have to have the right strategy. And everything I'm talking about right now, I was guilty of. I was guilty of, because I didn't know how to build a community. I didn't know how to market my product. So I was poaching on other people, wrong as I could be. But once I got a coach, and then when somebody asks you, how would you like it if I came over to your house and ate off of your plate, and uninvited, because we do invite people when we have them share their business. But we didn't ask anybody to share their business. I work for Coach Danielle Winningham. We're running this quick telesummit. Y'all ain't heard me give a link for nothing from me. This is her platform that I was honored to be on, to talk about how you can write to resign, or have Jamie on here to talk about how you can write to resign so that you can leave your job. We're here to help people, right? So that was a total distraction, and we had to correct it, like Jamie said, so everybody else doesn't think that that's okay, because if not, y'all would be coming back tomorrow, jumping in there,
putting in your link.
Somebody else's, jumping in there,
putting in your links. No, keep your link in your pocket, people, unless we ask for it. Okay.
You know what's so good about the BYOB Morning Show? We have a spot for you. If you want to be a guest on the show, then you can come to the show.
Yes.
So book a spot on the show if you want to promote something. The show has an open door policy.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of y'all. So go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. Sign up and register there. Yes, listen, guys, I'm super excited about this day. I'm super excited to share with you my quit story. This is my first time sharing it publicly. Some of y'all didn't even know I quit my job, but because it's a raggedy story. But this, preparing for this moment right here helped me to see exactly where I went wrong and all the lessons I learned. So like I say again, don't do what I did, because the Lord had grace and mercy upon me. Don't think that, I'm just going to go out here and quit with no strategy. And the best way that you can quit your job is to make sure you have a savings. But we help you with all of that. Jennifer, one of the things that we published for her, and she's not going to tell you all this, but one of the things we published for her, I wish it was right now. It's not even within reach right now, but I should have brought it with me. She has a business planner, a quit your job planner that she has. Look, she's going to get it. That we published here. It's a yearly planner that helps you go through each month and prepare you to leave your job. Even at the back of it, it has a sample resignation letter. So guys, you don't have to quit all willy-nilly like I did. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you go to that link, bit.ly/BYOB Show 20, so you can get connected to experts that can help you quit your job the right way.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Such rich conversation. Guys, this whole week is the Quit Week Telesummit. We're going to have amazing speakers coming on here. We're going to have some amazing stories. I didn't know your entire story, Jamie. That is so amazing. And I love the way you talked about having a plan, because that's what this is all about. Guys, go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20 and get registered so that you can let us know what area you want to maximize, so that you or that you want to focus on, because you don't have to focus on any particular area. We tell people all the time, last week was Passion Week. Whatever your passion is, as you're working to build a business, to quit your job, you've got to stick with that, because it's going to be hard work. So it's got to be something you love. It's got to be something you love. It's not going to be something that, go do what I want you to do. I need you to do what you want to do, and then go get the strategy to do that. So on that document, you're asked questions. You're able to schedule a call with the team so that you can get more information about what area you want to go to. The strategy, there's basic strategy around building businesses. There's a lot of basic strategies. So guys, be sure you go to bit.ly/BYOB Show 20. We will be back tonight with an amazing speaker, Miss Tisha Marie Johnson. So be sure you tune in tonight at 9 o'clock. We're going to continue the conversation all week. And then guys, on Friday, you're going to go by going to that link, you're going to get invited to a master class that I'm going to be doing on the cost of quitting.
Yeah.
The cost of quitting. Be sure you get
That's
registered at bit.ly/BYOB Show 20 so that you can get the reminder about the master class. You do not want to miss this class. It is going to be amazing. So we're going to get out of here, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you tonight.
Bye, guys.